Hey, so this is your second stimulus check update and stimulus package update for Saturday, June 20th. Trump confirmed support for a second round of stimulus checks. This is great news because we've been waiting for this for such a long time. This is the best, most direct answer that we've received from him in a long time. So this is great news for stimulus. Here's actually the clip where he was asked the question, and this is his answer.
Millions of Americans are hurting financially. Will you support a second stimulus payment?
I would do that, and we expect to do that at some point in the very near future. We're coming up with some concepts now, and we expect it to be bipartisan. We think we're going to get it done.
This is good news here. In my past updates, I had said that there will be a second round of stimulus checks. You can actually see that video right up here where I gave my predictions. It's really necessary. There are millions of Americans who don't have a job, so it's really great to hear the president actually say himself that he supports this. Of course, there is a lot of negotiation that needs to happen between the Republicans and the Democrats before anything actually gets passed. Last month, the Democrats proposed the $3 trillion HEROes Act, which received a lot of backlash from the Republicans. So here are a few of the topics that still need to be debated in the coming weeks. We have a second round of stimulus checks, we have the payroll tax cut, we have aid to state and local governments, extending unemployment past July 31st, more on this in a second. We have bonuses for essential workers, the incentives to get back to work, the capital gains tax cut, and potential tax reductions for travel and entertainment. The Republicans are expected to release details on all of these topics soon, and then once we get that, the negotiations should continue. This week we've had Federal Chair Jerome Powell testify before Congress saying it would be wise to continue supporting people who are out of work and also smaller businesses that may not have vaster resources. So a lot of people agree with this. Of course, this is more support for more stimulus. I want to talk a bit about the infrastructure plan. There has been some talk on this. Is the infrastructure plan going to be included in this next bill, or is it going to be separate? And now it seems like it is going to be separate. There's actually a new bill. It's a $1.5 trillion bill that's been proposed by Congress, separate from any $2 trillion stimulus bill or the $3 trillion HEROes Act. So this is more good news. It seems like more money will end up in the pockets of the American people if this goes through. So that's good news there. I mentioned earlier the topic of extending unemployment benefits. This is something that the Democrats want. Of course, we have this deadline of July 31st. That is the end of the $600 per week that is helping so many Americans get through this tough time. Unfortunately, the congressional budget numbers are showing that this extra benefit, this $600 per week in unemployment benefits, is actually encouraging people to not go back to work. Kind of makes sense. Who would want to go back to work when they can make more money from home? Trump has been pushing this idea that, we want incentives to get back to work. We need to get the economy back up and running again. This is interesting because there are so many people that still don't have their jobs. They either lost a job permanently or they just can't go back to work because of the current events. So we have this deadline coming up of July 31st. This is good because Congress needs deadlines. They don't move very fast. Also, a new PPP loan bill has just been introduced. Now, this could be more support for American businesses, which is more good news. We'll see if this gains any traction. Going back to what started this whole crisis, we see that cases are on the rise for major states such as Florida, California, Texas, and other states. We are seeing things reopening. We are seeing the economy getting back to where it was before, which is good. But at the same time, if we continue to see these cases increasing and we're seeing more hospitalizations and more deaths, we already have way over 100,000 deaths at this point. If we have more of this happening, there may be a need to close and go back to quarantine. Personally, I hope this doesn't happen. We do have Trump saying that we are not going to close under any circumstances, so hopefully we don't close again. But if we do close, then of course a second stimulus check is going to be pretty much guaranteed, and perhaps even monthly stimulus payments would be guaranteed if everything goes back to quarantine, because we need to pay for the basic essentials of life: food, shelter, just the basic essentials of life. So make sure you subscribe for more updates. I also talk about personal finance and other related topics. Drop a like if you found any value from this video or if it was helpful in any way. Thank you so much for watching this video. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.